Oh, excellent. My latest video regarding the stupid criticisms and common misinformation about Dev and his game is finished uploading. Time to release them for the world to see. I hope everybody sees through my muddled explanation of things. I think I'll read the comments and see what people are saying.
Have you read the Kiwi Farms? Haven't you seen the rise and fall of Yandere Dev? Kill yourself, you uneducated f***. Kiwi Farm! Kiwi Farm! Kiwi Farm! Kiwi Farm!
Oh wow, we need to have a talk. Hey everybody and half, it's me, your boy Caleb, and today I'm here to delve further down the rabbit hole of Yandere Simulator.
Hey Caleb, why are you doing this to yourself? Doesn't it stress you out?
Yes it does, and I'd like to just state now that my goal for this video is for it to pander to all audiences. Whether you love Dev, hate Dev, love the game but hate Dev, hate everything related to the game and Dev, love both the game and Dev, are a lolicon, or are just neutral about everything, this video is for you. I think. Hopefully. It's also a three-parter because, many of you thought that my previous video was too long to digest, and I know that this video is going to be even longer by a lot, so it definitely needs to be split up. But no worries, all three parts are being uploaded at the same time, so at the end of this part, you can just click the end card to watch the next part, or you can just leave, go live your life, and then watch part 2 later. Sound good? Good. The first thing I'd like to do is actually less related to Yandev and Yansim, as I'd like to clarify several things about my previous video. If you didn't watch my previous video and aren't interested in this segment, then just skip to the time shown on screen now and you'll be all good. However, I would recommend that you just watch this part anyway, because it does clear up a couple things. So, first, I would like to apologize for my tone in the previous video. It was pretty clear I was kinda acting like a massive I assure you, however, that I do not harbor any negative feelings towards BK Girl, 483, or anyone else I ranted about in my video. My initial goal was to over-exaggerate my triggeredness, if you will, in order to contrast BK Girl, 483's higher-pitched and more lightly toned voice.
Oh gosh darn it!
Now, obviously, that was a
huge mistake.
And I sincerely apologize for coming off this way. And I especially apologize to BK Girl, 483, for unintentionally sending people after her in the comment section of her video. So, hey guys, don't do that. That is the definition of a move. And yeah, BK Girl, 483, I really do apologize if it seemed like I was antagonizing you. That was not my intention. In fact, my intention is to spread positivity, which makes me feel horrible for not thinking about that when writing or recording my previous video. I'm humiliated for my prior tone, and I sincerely apologize for that. And second, as I implied from the video's cold open, I did in fact read the Kiwi Farms. Okay, I got like 45 comments telling me that I didn't know what I was talking about and that I needed to read the Kiwi Farms. Well guys, I've already read the fucking Kiwi Farms, okay? You don't have to worry about that. In fact, I will cover that in this video. The reasons I didn't mention it in my previous video was because my previous video's purpose was mainly to debunk all the stupid criticisms and common misinformation regarding Dev and his game that are floating out there. I was waiting to address the Kiwi Farms and stuff in a future video, aka this video. And third, I also apologize for the somewhat misleading title and premise on my last video. As Captain Beanie mentioned in his rebuttal to my video, I claimed at the beginning of my video that I would be focusing on Dev rather than the game, when in reality I actually spent a large majority of the video debunking BK Girl, 483's points, which were almost all pertaining to the game, rather than the Dev. So yeah, I do apologize for that, and I actually almost changed the title of my prior video to In Defense of Yandev / Yansim, but then I realized how fucking lame that sounded, so I kept the original title. This video should be good on that front, as I tried to keep the title somewhat vague. And lastly, I'd like to briefly better explain my point about mental health that I made at the end of the last video. So my goal was not to guilt trip anybody, although I realized why the sad music and grayscale might have given that impression. My goal was merely to say this: Dev might have depression. Now, me personally, I'm almost positive he's at least in a depressive state, but many of my commenters are right. I don't have physical proof. He could be faking it. But here's the thing. With mental health issues, you should always take people's word as fact. Because what if you're wrong? What if they do have depression, and what if you're making it worse? It doesn't matter if you actually believe he has depression. What matters is that you don't go out attacking him for faking it, and that you don't go and discredit his feelings. There may not be proof that he is depressed, but there's also not proof that he isn't. Depression comes in a wide array of forms. It's not a cut and dry thing. You can't just say, people with depression don't blank. It's not that simple. Plus, Dev has also mentioned on occasion his battle with stress, anxiety, possibly other mental health problems. And while we don't know if any of it's actually true, I mean, look at his actions, his problems with criticism, his impulsive decisions. Honestly, when you factor in anxiety, most of these make sense. But the sad part is that some of Dev's more enthusiastic fans are constantly stressing him out. They've pressured him into making this barely livable schedule for himself, and now because he's so stressed about pleasing people, he doesn't take any time off to leave his house, walk around, go to a therapy session, maybe help work out his depression, anxiety, anger issues. And it's a tricky situation. So all the advice I can give you is this. Don't repeatedly bug Dev, whether out of admiration or out of spite. It just makes things worse on his end. So just sit back, relax, and watch the game development. There's no need to attack him. Criticism is fine, but there's no need to be inherently negative about it. Criticism is best when it's constructive. Now that is a quote you should remember. It's from Gandhi. Actually, it's from Batman. Actually, it's from me. I made it up just now. But anyway, now that that segment is over, let's talk about some new stuff. So, the motherfucking Kiwi Farms. These... I don't know. For the rest of this video and its subsequent parts, I'm just gonna try to give you guys the facts. You can make of them what you like, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything in the comment section down below. So yeah, I'll also be bringing up several questions you can ponder, and again, tell me your thoughts on those questions in the comment section down below. Honestly, the purpose of this video is just to spark discussion. Civilized discussion, mind you, but discussion nonetheless. So, Kiwi Farms. Some say they spread hate and encourage suicide, and some say that they just relay the facts. Regardless of that, they have themselves a thread on our buddy Dev, and I'm gonna go through it. Now, this does basically focus almost solely on Dev's past, so if you don't want to hear it, or if you think that you shouldn't hear it from a moral standpoint, then simply fast forward to the end of this video, where you can click the end card and be sent straight to the second part. Okay, let's crack it open. So, the thread basically begins with Dev as a teenager, back when he used the name Evzephon, that. He complained a lot about not having a girlfriend and constantly spammed links to his streams. Fact. Nobody actually cares about your personal life on the internet, so at the time this was not a very smart decision on his part. He posted pictures about himself and explained the problems with his face. I don't know. Honestly, he looks like a chill dude. I actually know several people who look very similar to him, and I don't consider them ugly at all. Although, Jesus, he's aged a lot in the past 10-ish years. Fact. That's what sleep deprivation does to you. So, he produced a fighter game at age 20. It wasn't great. His hero, Mike Z, tried giving him constructive criticism, but the way he worded it offended young Dev, and Dev... Okay, I'm just gonna call him Alex. And Alex got angry. Fact, as Dev mentioned in his blog post regarding this situation, he was unbelievably cringy and immature in this conversation. Fact, he should have just left the chat rather than freak out. Fact, this conversation does not make him a bad person. Alex reportedly went to a deep depression after this, but after a year or so, decided to turn his depression into a fueling rage that would help him to outshine Mike Z. Fact, this was a somewhat disturbing and very cringy thing to say. In his post where he talked about Mike Z, he was under the name Yandere Dev, and nobody had yet discovered his prior username. Fact, him telling people this was not a smart move. Later on, an ex-volunteer revealed Yandere Dev's past account and went down. He later got angry on several forums. And he also used to write articles for Examiner. Question, are these articles really that bad? They did make me laugh a little, but from this screenshot, the writing doesn't look half bad. I don't know. I don't want to actually search up the full articles. That was just a random observation. Also, this subtitle is obviously a joke, and a funny one at that. The thread first shows screenshots of Dev trying to get people banned and the mods refusing, and then shows screenshots of the mods deleting negative comments about Dev. Fact. Their point about the mods sucking is contradicted by the earlier screenshots of them ignoring Dev's requests to ban certain users. Now this volunteer was weirded out by Dev openly admitting to liking perverted things, among some other things, and left. He then proceeded to leak Dev's prior username, as I mentioned earlier. Fact. Leaking the username was unnecessary. Question. Was this out of spite? Another volunteer left, as they were disturbed with Dev's plans for the game. Fact. They had the right to leave development. Fact. They had the right to tell people why they were leaving development. Fact. Pasting links to his old accounts contradicts their more respectful words above. Question. Is Dev a child solicitor and sex offender? Dev responded to these absurd accusations by revealing that there was a young woman who would send nude photos of herself to him and hundreds of other men. She had lied about her age, and once her real age was revealed, he deleted anything related to her from his phone. Fact. If this is what actually occurred, this was a very respectable thing to do. So, Kiwi Farms, that was something. I have a couple more questions for you, dear viewers. First, should we judge Dev based on his past? And second, does this thread change any of your views on Yondev? Please tell me in the comment section down below. I'd also be interested in hearing any criticisms of my videos. I can use them to make my content better in the future. So other than that, leave a like on the video if you did indeed like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you already are subscribed, then hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we post one of our supreme videos. And as always, thanks for watching.